Hello, and welcome back to our continuing No Place Like Home First Look and Playthrough series. I'm Larry, it's episode 7, and let's get into this. And I have found some pretty interesting things because I'm playing a map as well as this series. And there are a lot of funky things in this game. And I tell you what, the devs do need a little bit of work on this game because I can tell you right now, the crafting system in this game is extremely tedious. Oh my god. It is borderlining horrible. When you have to craft stuff in this game, it resets every time you craft something. And when you have to make, 30 plots of land, it is just like, oh my god. Why can't we have like a craft all button or allow you to select what you want? Because it's like, oh god, no, I don't want to do this. Because it is a pain. Oh my god. But hopefully they will get that figured out because, and in my other map, I got the chicken coop. And if you tear this chicken coop down to build the upgrade, you lose all the rip with the chickens. Yeah, to me, that's like, what the heck? That is horrible. I mean, there should be either an upgrade option to this or, it doesn't make sense to me. So that's something I found in the game I seriously do not like. But is it a fun game to play? Yes. I'm not arguing any of that, but it just, there's some fixing that they need to do in this game because that was just, to get that rude awakening when you're doing all this work and then all of a sudden you lose that and it's like, seriously? I did all that work on those chickens and I basically lost it all? That was just, I was not happy about that whatsoever. But they have been working on this game for a while, and I'm not going to discount that. But it's something that they really, really need to consider fixing. That's with playing another map. I progressed a whole lot farther than where I am here, and there are a bunch of wonky stuff. But getting the sprinklers is like mandatory if you want to make your life easier. Yes, sprinklers are definitely where it's at. Now, just like with the other crafting stuff, we'll get the upgraded kitchen, but then I'm stuck with these old things. There's, it doesn't make sense. It's like, allow me to destroy these things and recycle them, or allow me to upgrade them. But these are just throwaway items. Now, I guess some people will be like, well, you can place them someplace else. Well, that is true. You can. But it's just no fun. So, that is all going to be part of the review. But, that's, some people may not be happy about that part of the review because I don't know. It's just nerve-wracking to where a game that's been in early access this long doesn't have some of these basics taken care of. That just does not make much sense to me. But the overall premise of the game, it's still a lot of fun to play. It's just going to affect what I determine how much this game is actually worth in dollars. But the one thing I have learned is the most efficient way to build these farms is 4 wide, 4 deep, because the sprinkler will take care of that. And it makes life so much easier. But yeah. So let's get these tomatoes out of my inventory. And exploring is a huge thing. That is, I cannot tell you how much you want to explore. It's definitely mandatory. Because if you don't do it, it's going to slow your game down huge. And some of the stuff you need pretty quickly if you're going to progress. These acorns, they drive me nuts. It's like, for some reason, if they get in this slot right here, they get bugged out, and you try planting stuff or moving stuff in your inventory and it just bugs out. It's been driving me nuts. Hopefully they'll get that little issue addressed. Now the recycling machine, same thing. We can get the upgraded recycling machines. So I guess having a couple smaller ones, it's fine, but it's just tedious. And, oh, wrong button. Yeah, see, it would be nice if you didn't always have to hit the tab button. I mean, with how they tie the escape button into this, it's like, it gets a little annoying. And then the hitboxes for these things, or highlight boxes, whatever you want to talk about, that even bugs out. Just like I got the dog, and the dog is a pain trying to see, like, it. I was highlighted, but if you don't get it just right, another animal will cut in its way and drive you absolutely nuts. And when you get a bunch of animals that you have to take care of and manage, it's like, oh, this is pretty tedious. And I did get these guys figured out, so now there's going to be a point in time when you get rubber. Yeah, make sure you don't recycle that. Give the rubber to those llamas so you can have them go out and collect stuff, because it does make a big difference. Because rubber is expensive. You need it. And like this we get from pigs, so we have to get pigs. I have not found milk yet in the other map. Honey, yeah, that's definitely a must. But when it comes to these upgrades, it's irritating, because you'll go ahead and upgrade something, like you'll upgrade your water tank, but when you go to do the upgrade in that top left corner, the bar doesn't move. It tells you have, that you've upgraded more water, but if you actually look at the bars, it's like, it's the same level. So it's little nuances like that that the devs have not put in, that is like, okay, do I really have the upgrade or not? So it's a little wonky to say the least, but it's still I'm still having fun. The graphics are great. I mean, if anybody's looking for like high-end graphics, no. But they're cartoonish, they're fun, they're relaxing, and it's pretty cool. And then the ambient music and ambient noises are really nice. Now, I did manage to get, this is a shortcut. This is how you can see the power lines and that bridge way back there in the corner. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff back there. And the combat gets a little weird, where some people may have difficulty with it because you have to use your vacuum and other things to do stuff. So down the road, some people might have a little difficulty with the combat. And then, of course, you're always upgrading. If you're not upgrading, you're going to be in trouble. Now, the cool thing is the foxes, when you get the strawberries, yeah, they'll give you, if you visit them every day, they'll give you packets of strawberries. So that's kind of nice. So what we have to do is we have to basically rush through all this stuff. I know people don't like the sound of that idea, but you're going to have to. Because if you want to progress, you have to take out all the trash because of the items that you want. See, if you notice, I figured out, water stuns them. And you can do that with a lot of the robots. And like, we run across these traps, but these traps are actually a quest that we don't even know about. And by the time you figure out it's a quest, you've already sucked up all the trash. You've already destroyed all the traps. So it's like, okay, that works. Like, whatever. So I don't know if the devs should turn those things invincible until you get the quest. You know, it's up to you. Now, I have not found the upgrade, the goose egg yet. For how much I've traveled on this map, I have not found a goose yet. And you figure the ophthalmologist, you figure we would find her next with all the stuff that's on the map, and I still haven't found her. I found the architect, but no, it's a little weird. Oh, and the clock. The devs need to put in regular time. Give us an option. Because for a lot of people in the United States, we do not use military time. And it is kind of a pain. So that should be an option in the setup. I'll have to double check the setup again, but I don't recall seeing any adjustments for clock. Now, I know you're probably like, Larry, you're just being critical. It's early access. This game has been in early access for a long time, and these should have been things dealt with literally at the base of the game. Well, you're going to give it a bad review? No. It just comes down to, one, if the devs see the video, they're going to be like, maybe we should take a look at this. And like I said, it just affects the price. I'm not saying it's a game breaker. Never once said that. And I think we got some more bad guys coming. So that's why you want to make sure your water level's really good, because you use the stun trick on them and it makes fighting them a whole lot easier. You can charge them. Do a little bonsai and it's like, argh. But then you have to watch your time. Like right now, it's getting late. Getting the speed upgrades is definitely a must, because especially in this stage of the game, you're traveling so far to get back home, and it's already 8 o'clock, and you know, you can go midnight and all that other fun stuff, but I don't know if there's any type of penalty, because I've always tried to get to bed before midnight. And you have to do a lot of traveling to open up that one gate. But it's so weird not having all the stuff that I have in my other map. It's just like, oh, there's a lot of building that needs to get done. And you cannot ignore your farm. You're going to have to balance out how much traveling you do versus getting plants done and all that fun stuff. And there is a trick into getting large amounts of animal food. So, but you're going to need the ovens, you're going to need honey. So there's a lot of upgrading that you have to do. And if you're not getting the plants growing, the diversity, then you're going to be in trouble. Like right now, I don't have enough fields. I don't have enough of anything. And even if you're only growing just a small amount of stuff for each item, that's a whole lot better than having a ton of one item. And getting... Okay, why did this just bug out on me? What is going on here? Okay, that was weird. Let's try this again. All of a sudden the keyboard just went nuts. And I've noticed that on this game. It's just sometimes you'll do a tooltip and things just quit working. You're like, really? What just happened here? Oh, and this is a horrible place for the chicken coop. Just to let you know. Okay. And you're going to need to put down a whole lot of chests. I can tell you that right now. But we're not going to do that, right? Not during this episode. We're going to do more exploring. See, in my other map, we have nothing but, we have the sprinklers. And I don't have to do any watering. All I have to do is just plant and have fun. And that's something you're going to want to set up in your game. Because the more that you have to do this, it takes away from exploring and having all sorts of other fun. Now that's why you want to upgrade to get up to the other chicken coops, because those are automated. And that would be nice, because not having to mess around with the animals. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's part of the charm of the game, but it gets to be tedious when you want to go out there and explore. So, now that we have all that, let's see what stuff we can plant and get a little bit more progression going on here. So we do have some tomatoes. Okay, let's move some of this stuff around. Okay, stuff that's important. Eggplants are definitely important. We're going to have to go plant some trees because these things take like a week to start getting apples. Lettuce. Pumpkin. Strawberry. And tomatoes. Now, it is highly, highly important you get more of these little doohickeys, the bird feeders, so you can take your raw crops and turn them into seed. That is like really important. Okay, and then we'll do some lettuce. And we'll do some pumpkins. And then some strawberries. Now, what I should have done is I should have taken some of my potatoes and turned them into seed. Just like the tomatoes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put these seeds back. And you just need 3. Now, I have on my other map, I have like 6 of these things. Just so I can keep up enough seed production going. Because you'll go through seeds like there's no tomorrow. And especially with how the dog food is, you'll go through I should call it the pet food. The pet food you'll go through really quick. And you're going to want to make sure you have plenty of pet food. And right now, the only way we can make pet food is through our potatoes. So that's not a good thing. But that's where progression comes in. Because then we get other equipment that we can like make mayonnaise, and we can make preserves, all that fun stuff. And it helps you get your stuff, get everything together. Now, I've learned the trees are the trees are cool because with how they have you do stuff with the trees, being able to harvest them, it's you just have to go up and hit E. You highlight them and hit E. And that's all that it takes to get it working. But you don't have to harvest them every day. You can, because you don't go through that many apples. So it's having this amount of apples is actually more than plenty. More than plenty. Probably more than what I'll need. And I use this area over here for my grove. Matter of fact, this needs to go away. Okay, there we go. That is more than enough trees, I can tell you that right now. I planted a bunch on the other map, and now I got trees coming out my ears, and it's just like, oh, I definitely planted way too many trees. Because never having had the trees before, you know, it's just like, okay, yay. Yeah, because this whole area over here, I planted with the peach tree. And the funny thing is you only use one thing for progression for the peach tree from what I recall. And everything else is asking for the orange tree. And it's like, where do you find the orange tree? I haven't found the orange tree. And that's some of the things is trying to find some of the items on this map. It's just like, where do I have to go? But that's the fun part of exploring. Give me my piece of trash. Just like in my other map, I have this whole area completed. That's the reason why I know about it. And yeah, don't forget there's an entrance there. Because you're going to be like, what's going on? Why can't I find this? See, this is the annoying part. If there's a curve in the earth or in the ground, if you're right above it, it won't let you suck the items up. And you're just like, what am I doing wrong? Well, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just with how they have the map designed, it gets a little touchy with being able to pick the items up. And we got flowers and salad. Now that is the one big thing about cooking. As you progress and you put the better oven in, you get larger ingredients. And with the larger ingredients, larger menu ingredients, I should say, you get more food that you can preserve. So that's how you get this food thingy, and yeah, you're gonna need lots and lots and lots of food. Trust me. See? Not too bad. And that pig guy, oh my god, he cracks me up. All he does is like talking about pigs. It's just like, yes, we know you like pigs. It's a little campy, but it adds to the charm of the game. But for what people would consider negative comments that I have made about the game, it's all majority of its quality of life. None of it is game breaking. It's just, it would be nice if things would be just a little, just quality of life type fixes. And then we have this little area down here. And better be ready to fight. But you also want to make sure you watch your timer as well, because we still have a long ways to go to run back. Yeah, do that water stun trick and it will make your life so much easier. So if you're not one of those people that like combat or anything like that, you know, hit them with the water cannon and your life will be much easier. Want to see if we can get this thing cleared out before we have to run home. And no, I leave no trash behind. Those guys like to run away. They're little cowards. Oh, it's 7:37. And we have that little piece there. I'm not sure how many quest items we have left. I think we have one more. I'd have to look. And that should be all the trash. I think we got all the boxes. Let's get out of here. Yep. Now we're going to have to run home. it's almost 9 o'clock. But I can tell you this right now. You will get hooked into this game. You will, you'll like that area back there. You don't think you've spent that much time in, but then you look at the clock and you're like, oh my. I mean, just for what little playing we've done, what seems like little playing, we've literally gone 35 minutes in this episode. And it doesn't feel like it. Maybe since you're sitting there watching this playthrough, you're like, oh yeah, it does seem like it. I can tell you this right now. Playing this game, yeah, time flies. It goes very quickly. And look at all those seeds that we picked up. So you're going to want to make sure when you do your farm, make sure you can go about 32 of these crops of size for each one, because you'll go through that food and you'll go through it quickly. And I've learned that once you clear an area, use it. You don't have to put everything in here, and you don't have to put everything over here. Just like in my other map, this is my honey production area over here. I have all my beehives and all that over here, even though we get this little manhole here. But that's already been cleared out in our previous episode. So it's, might as well use the area. And I made the mistake of putting the chickens here. So I'm not going to do anything about them right now, because when we upgrade the coop, then I'll put the other coop over here. So, food for thought. You do you. You design your map how you want to do it. But I'm just giving you a heads up that you can put your farming stuff anywhere you want. It does not have to be outside your house. So we're going to go ahead and save this. And I am going to end the episode here. So depending on the time of day you see this and what part of the world you're in, hopefully you're having a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening. Hopefully you're happy, healthy, and safe, because that's what we all deserve. And my name is Larry, and I will talk to you in our very next episode. Bye.